Welcome to the next chapter. Thanks for joining Stacey and I as we talk about why the highest offer doesn't always win. And we both had, we've both been in multiple offers, lots in the last little while, but we're going to talk about two things that happened this week that provide contrast as well as entertainment, I guess.
Insight.
Explanation.
Insight into what goes on.
Yeah, some behind the scenes. So I'll start with what happened with my clients who did not get the house. We were working on the buying side. We found a house that they liked and surprisingly only went into 6 offers. Both of ours are very low number of offers, actually. Although I have heard of another house this week going into 57 offers. Which is just nuts. But anyway,
people keep asking me, isn't the market crashing? I'm like,
are they looking at the States news or what?
Like, I think so, because I just got asked that this morning by a family member.
Oh, wow. Because it is definitely not that way in Manitoba.
It never seems to be like what, yeah. Go on.
So yeah, what happened this week is we found the house. We went into multiple offers. We had done a lot of homework going into our offer. We like to do our homework ahead of time so that we can be best prepared. So I had made sure that my clients could get insurance because this house had really old shingles. Made sure that they could get insurance, got a quote on the roof just in case the insurance was going to require them to do that. We didn't have a lot of time, so we were just covering all our bases. And, pre-approval letter attached.
Do a love letter?
We didn't do a love letter. No, we should have because it was like owners with 32 years.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't.
Love letter.
Yeah, we've done the love letters in the past, but we didn't do it on this one. And during offer presentation, we got the call saying, hey, you're one of 3. Do you want to change your offer? So my clients, like I had said, I think that the offer's I think the house is going to sell for this amount. And we don't want to remove our conditions. So I think it's really important that we be a little on the high side then, right? So we went up an extra $5,000 to basically buy our conditions. And, sometimes you have to do that because having that, you want that condition of financing on there because you are getting a mortgage and it is the smart thing to do. Every mortgage person I talk to says you should not be pulling that. Insurers are getting so strict on that. So why piss off the insurer? Anyway, so we, we won't pull that. So we're buying the conditions. We also had the inspection on there, although we already knew that the shingles were old and some issues with the soffits and fascia and stuff, which I had said to the listing agent, we know about this stuff already. So that's not a concern to us. We've already budgeted for that. So it's just a basic, making sure that the house is sound type of thing. They're not worried about the little things. It's, as a house built in the 80s, it's not gonna, it's not gonna be perfect. They just want to make sure that it's also not going to have the ceiling cave in. Right. And
buyer beware, so.
Right, exactly. So we want our conditions. We're willing to pay for them. So then, so we changed the offer, $5,000 more. And then we don't hear anything for another hour. And I was actually starting to think that we just lost it because it was.
Oh, you didn't blow up your their phone?
No, I don't blow up the listing agent's phone like some people do. I let them try to do their job. And then we, I waited and I was just starting to think that we weren't going to hear back. They'll always tell us eventually, but usually if you're not the one, you wait a really long time. And
or if you're a runner-up and you're waiting for them to deal with the other.
Sure.
You can't move until you've gotten an answer. So
right. So then we got a phone call saying that we were the highest offer, but because we had the conditions, they were really having a hard time taking our offer. And, I basically said exactly what I said to my clients. We're buying our conditions, that extra $5,000. They actually not supposed to tell me what the next offer was, but he actually said that we were high by 5,000. And I'm like, yeah, well, that extra 5,000 is to buy our conditions. And, I talked again about how solid my clients were and how they already know that it needs shingles. Like, we are prepared for to do everything really fast. I already had the inspection booked. Everything was in place to be done very quickly. We needed 2 days, right? Anyway, so he's like, okay, I'm going to see if another one of these offers will be the backup.
Yeah.
And so
I thought about doing that, but
yeah. And so then I waited another hour and 15 minutes. And as we were going onto the hour, I'm thinking, no, he's decided to take another offer. And and my poor clients are just waiting in agony. And so I had, then he called me back and said, yeah, no, we've decided to take the unconditional offer. That's $5,000 less. My clients wanted to be able to sleep tonight. Sleep tonight. You can't see my hands when they're way over here. They want to be able to sleep tonight. And I, kind of laughed at that because okay, just because you have an unconditional offer doesn't mean it's risk-free. And the listing agent had indicated that one still needed a mortgage. So even though it was condition free, so what's to say that they're actually going to get the mortgage, right? So anyway, I said, if anything goes wrong, give us a call, we'll reconsider. But I mean, it's a long possession. It's not till the end of May. They might not know until the end of May if the people can't close, right? Because who knows? Anyway.
Well, yeah, and you're gonna find out the sale price when it's posted anyway, so you didn't break any rules. So
no. Well, and at that point, he can tell me what it's sold for because it's now sold. So without conditions. So he did tell me everything, but I did laugh a little with him. And, he's a realtor I've dealt with lots of times. So we had a good chuckle together. And, I feel like we had a very strong offer, which he agreed we did. And he felt like that his clients maybe should have taken our offer because they did leave $5,000 on the table when there was so much strength in our offer, right? We provided the letter. We had extra money we could put down, but really they were most likely going to need to use that for the shingles because the insurance, we did find an insurance company that would insure it, but it was still going to need to have the shingles replaced within 12 months. So really that extra money over and above the 5% down really needed to be redirected towards that. So I think maybe his concern was maybe it wouldn't appraise. There's always risks, right? So, and then my clients could back out. But that being said, I hope, I don't know all the other terms of that condition, of that offer. Hopefully they have a really high down payment so that if they don't end up closing, the sellers having to relist the house actually have something.
Yeah, the deposit,
Right. So that they have something. Anyway, so
I guess it's two sides to it though, right?
There's definitely two sides to it.
Technically, we don't have to tell, we've been on both sides. You don't have to tell them anything, just, even though it's upsetting for the buyers and buyer's agent. But then when we're on the other side of it, so I was on the other side of it this past deal that I did.
Yeah.
And so we had listed the house, did 10 days on market, 7 days of showings, 1 open house. It was actually kind of quiet for showings. And then I was kind of worried because I was thinking, well, people don't want to compete, so that might be scaring them away because we had an offer date. But then the open house was complete chaos. And then all those people came back with their realtors that were interested. So
I feel like that's very rural. It's a more rural trait for that to happen.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
common with rural.
And there's like a lot more things with rural properties that can be like determining factors for people whether they're going to purchase it or not. So it has to be the right fit for them, and they have to be able to take on the. It's a job. Every time you buy a rural property, you're going to be doing work. So, but yeah, in the end, we received 3 offers, and all 3 of those clients knew they were writing the day before, because they actually all sent me, like the agents all sent me their offers the night before. So they were ready to go. And so I thought it was a little bit strange that nobody sent me a pre-approval letter. I know as a buyer's agent, I am a firm believer in a pre-approval letter. I know you are as well.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to everybody and said, if you have a pre-approval letter, please send it to me. That way, you know, I can take that to my sellers to give some more confidence. So 2 of the agents pulled through with a pre-approval letter. One of them actually went as far as their pre-approval letter said like the specific address of the house on it. So like that instilled a lot of confidence in that offer, but unfortunately he was miles away. So so when it came down to it, they eliminated the lowest offer, and then it was between the highest 2 offers, which were very close. But originally, offer A, we'll say, had a financing condition and a pre-approval letter with the amount on it too, which was a very high amount, more than we were, you know, selling this house for. So that gave my sellers some peace of mind. But when they had their opportunity to make changes, they took their financing condition away. So I still know you're getting a mortgage, but they're doing it unconditional. So obviously they're confident in their setup. And then offer B, I guess we could say, did not provide a pre-approval and did not indicate that there was a pre-approval letter.
That's one that said that they were good to go.
Good to go. So they said their clients were good to go, which, whatever. You know, I think a pre-approval letter just gives people more of a peace of mind, right? So, but my job is to put the information in front of the sellers. So on top of having no pre-approval, they informed me that they had a house to sell. The house is in a desirable area in Winnipeg, and we are getting multiple offers in the city, but I don't know what their foundation looks like. You know,
you don't know what they're actually going to price it at.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So there's no doubt that their house would sell at some point before June for possession, but my clients would be spending the next like 2 months wondering like, oh, did it sell? Like, did they get their mortgage? Like, so my suggestion was, if they were wanting to take the other, like offer A with no conditions, that was a little
less money,
tiny bit less than offer B, like a hair, that they would request as an other term, so not a condition, to receive their official approval once it's completed by like a week and a half from acceptance date, which is what they actually had for their financing condition. So the buyer's agent was like, but we crossed out our financing condition. And I said, yeah, but I still know you're getting a mortgage. So I still want to know that you got that mortgage, so that at least we know in, you know, a week and a half, 2 weeks, then they can sleep at night. So
they can actually sleep at night.
So the sellers were more inclined to take the lesser offer with the pre-approval letter and no house to sell and a very large pre-approval amount. And then also all 3 agents did what I do, and they phoned me and like told me about their clients and their situations. So the accepted offer, you know, he was like, that person was capable of multiple ways of getting their mortgage. So, you know, different is CMHC versus not CMHC. So that made my sellers feel comfortable. So,
Yeah. And how are the deposits on them?
well,
All
they're
equal or?
no, and if I would have taken the very first offer that provided a healthy pre-approval, I would have wanted a bigger deposit. So it was half of what the other deposits were. So um, I feel like in like anything over 300,000 should be at least $10,000 deposit. But
That's
that's kind
crazy.
of like just I don't know. I know it's hard for people sometimes though.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it is hard, especially to write the deposit immediately. So sometimes I'll suggest to whoever, my clients, as well as when I have a listing, I will say to the buyer's agent, do you think that they could come up with some money in a few weeks from now? Because now, like, if they get the house, can they take out a loan? Can they borrow on their line of credit? Can they take some out of an RSP? Right?
Yeah.
Which takes more time than writing a check today.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but, yeah.
But like knowing, especially with rural properties, that they're possibly going to have to put more money down at the bank, you would kind of think there might be some more money in their bank account. But like, yeah, it might be hard to get to. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think like the most important thing for us to do as buyers and sellers agents is know when you're on the buying side, think about what you would do on the selling side. Like, if I
Right.
was that listing agent with those buyers, this is what's probably happening, or with those sellers, this is probably what's happening, and then vice versa, right? So it's like
Exactly.
then you can kind of point your buyers or sellers in the right direction. So
Yeah.
and I'm really thankful to not be doing limited joint representation on this one. So it's I don't know. It's just nice when you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like that I could say that on almost everything, right?
Yeah, but in a bidding war, it feels
Yeah, in bidding war is harder.
feels
Even.
like the magnifying glass is on you, right? Because
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
offers are getting emailed to you, and
yeah,
yeah. So unless we
yeah.
did school with an envelope, but it's not happening.
Exactly. Yeah, it is really interesting to see how like this market isn't really about price. I mean, price is definitely still a driving factor,
Sure.
but certainty
Not
is more so, right? Like people are feeling better about you know what feels safer, what
Yeah.
they feel like will let them sleep at night.
Yeah.
I
think it's like they've heard so many, things. The media really messes things up. So people
Sure.
are scared and they just want to not have to go through this twice. So
yeah, and whether or not you have a relationship with the listing agent or the buyer's agent is kind of irrelevant. You need to have the proof so that the seller or the buyer needs to provide proof so that the seller can sleep at night.
Yeah. It is good to like at least chat with the agent though on the phone. Like I've had people just email me an offer and not say anything. It's what? Like,
oh, absolutely. Yes. Having that conversation is huge.
Who are you? Where did this offer come from?
Right. Yeah. And I know nothing about you or your client or anybody. So how does that feel? Like there's any
the sellers are asking, like, my sellers have been in their house for 23 years and they had animals and they wanted to know if the buyers were going to be interested in having animals. They wanted to know if they were, single, if they had a good job. And like, unfortunately for everybody, well, but fortunately for sellers, I guess, social media, we're all on it. So look people up, right? Want to feel comfortable. It's a safety thing. It's you want to know who's buying your house, like
you want to, especially
who
when
you're buying a house from.
Yeah, and especially when you're in a neighborhood with neighbors that you love, you also don't want to leave them with crappy neighbors.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, a lot of people will be like, I sold a house. Was that last year or 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago, where my clients literally took way less money because they loved the people. They happened to meet them at a showing accidentally and fell in love with them and loved their letter and loved they still are in touch with them 2 years later, right?
We didn't get any love letters for this one.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, this one had a couple love letters, but that one was like the one that really affected them. And so much so that they're still in touch with those people, right? Like, and they when they accidentally met them in the yard because she was still there watering some plants when the buyers pulled up for their showing, she knew immediately that this family would get along with the other families nearby, right? Like, so for her, it was like, it was an estate sale.
Yeah, like when we bought this house, everybody was scrutinized by the sellers. They didn't leave during showings. They sat on the front step and and drilled everybody. And I wasn't a realtor yet, but now I know what was happening. And then they told me that they weren't going to take our offer because they really liked this other family that came through.
Oh, wow.
And their realtor had to be like, those people didn't write an offer, but these people did. So, and then, and then we cut down all the things that they liked. So,
well, once you've moved in, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I don't like trees right in the middle of my yard that are dying.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's, you want to know who's going to be in your house or who you're buying from. So
yeah,
no law against looking it up. So, no.
Not in Canada. In the US, I hear that they have these, what is it called? The fair, I can't remember what they call it, but basically it's to make sure that people aren't judging the buyers and sellers on like who they are. Yeah.
Well, my clients sometimes will be like, well, what are their names? And I was like, it's irrelevant, honestly. Like, let's go through the offer first.
Yeah, but their names are on the offer. So
it's on the offer. But
I mean, the seller can look.
But they're like instantly like wanting to know that.
Yeah.
And what's their last name? Who are they related to? And
right.
I'm like, how just like
that's especially
that line, but
in those small communities. Yes.
Yeah.
What's their last name? Who are they related to?
Their
exactly.
Parents. Yeah. You know, where they go to school.
Yeah. Do we know him? Are we going to recognize? I mean, it's no different. Like, that's why we tell you when you're listing your house to take all your personal
photos.
Because people are like, who are these people when they come for a showing? And they'll spend all this time looking at your pictures to see if they know anybody in them. Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, we all do it. So
it is many of us. So
yeah,
small place.
Exactly.
Hopefully your buyers get a house. How many offers have you written with them?
2. So we're not that far in yet. It's not
about all summer.
And honestly, and that's exactly what I said to them. Like, there's no point in like overpaying or, pulling conditions that we really want to have when they are not in a position where they need to be in a hurry. They are renting from someone who does not care when they move, and they don't need to give much notice, and they're not going to have to sublet. And so they're not racing a lease. They're not you know what I mean? They can take their time, and there will be another house to bid on. And at some point we're going to be able to have those conditions, whether we find something off market or whether we just keep trying it this way, and someone will want the extra $5,000.
Well, I had a couple that you helped me with, and I shopped with them for 3 years, and we had to write subject to sale, and finally we got that house and sold their house. But like
the one we just sold on Elm, right? Like, she was not going to buy a house without an inspection. And in the city, she constantly was competing. I showed her houses for, it was 11 months. So, I found her, you had a listing come up. We found something off market. She could write an inspection. It wasn't listed yet. Do the inspection, do the deal. Everybody's thrilled. Right? So
mostly. Well, the bathtub is being difficult, but
well, okay. But we knew that before the inspection.
Yes.
But yeah, at least we knew about it, and we have tried to get it fixed. But yeah. So yeah. Anyway, both of these stories, nobody made bad decisions. They made decisions they could sleep with, and
Sleep on, sleep with, live with. Yeah, I guess.
yeah. Well, that they were going to be able to sleep at night. How about that? So yeah, or they made decisions that wouldn't keep them up at night.
Maybe I need to make better decisions.
Is that why you're up at night?
Yeah.
I don't think that's why you're up at night. I'm pretty sure it's called anxiety. But
overthinking 101.
But anyway,
hobby.
Part-time hobby. I don't know. I used to be a really good sleeper. So for me, I know it's age or, all the things that they say comes with being a woman of my age. Yeah. But anyway, so I think we've exhausted this topic for now. I mean, there's probably a million things we could talk about for how to get the offer.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big
highest
thing,
price isn't always going to win.
Highest price isn't always going to win. I mean, it's definitely a driving factor, but it's not always going to get you there. And another thing to keep in mind is losing the house isn't always the end of the world, right? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes the house you lose is the one that protects your future. How about that?
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be. Yeah. So, and I don't like to go into every offer scenario thinking if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Let's just throw something at it. No, let's still be strategic.
Well, yeah, but if you can sleep at night with the decision you made
exactly.
on everything.
Let's
I always tell buyers,
go
with your best foot forward, and if there's a number that the house sells for that you're gonna say, I wish I would have paid that, then
go up to that. Yeah. Yeah. And we don't always get a call to change our number. So you actually want to go in with that right off the bat, usually.
Yeah.
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 And then, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, thanks for watching the next chapter. And if that was helpful at all or entertaining, and please subscribe, like, and share. And thanks for watching. And we look forward to seeing you again. Bye.